Very good afternoon and welcome to the brief at 30 for the Newsfirst team. I'm Ditmini De Silva. In local news, the Institute of Democratic Reforms and Electoral Studies expressed views regarding the upcoming local government election during an event in Kegol today.
The upcoming local government election is being held for 340 local government institutions that have not been dissolved. There will most likely be frequent reports of the misuse of public property during this election. The Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Government Affairs must issue guidelines to commissioners and secretaries of local government bodies in general regarding the manner in which a local government institution which hasn't been dissolved should operate during an election period. They have a legal unit and it can be done easily. We are surprised that the ministry hasn't taken action in this regard yet.
In news overseas, Pakistan suffered a huge power cut early today following a breakdown in its national electricity grid. Power was out in all the country's major cities, including the biggest city Karachi, the capital Islamabad, as well as Lahore and Peshawar.
Power Minister Khurram Dastagir said the grid failure followed a frequency variation in southern Pakistan. He insisted this was not a major crisis and power would be back soon. In a statement, the Energy Ministry said that at about 7:30 local time, the grid experienced a loss of frequency that caused a major breakdown, adding that swift work was taking place to revive the system. Dastagir said that some grids in the country had already been restored and power would be fully restored in 12 hours.
And in sports, Karolina Pliskova has flown under the radar at the Australian Open this year, and the former world #1 moved quietly into the quarterfinals on Monday after many of the top seeds had scattered to the winds.
Still effectively on the comeback trail after an arm fracture prevented her from playing in Australia last year, the Czech reached the last 8 with 6-0, 6-4 win over China's Zhang Shuai on the least prestigious court still being used. Reunited this season with former coach Sasha Bergin, who helped her to the Wimbledon final, and number 3 in the world 2021, Pliskova felt she was getting back in the groove after her best performance of the tournament so far. Only 2 top 10 seeds, Jessica Pegula and Aryna Sabalenka, remain in the quarterfinals, leaving Pliskova one of the more experienced Grand Slam campaigners. Also a losing finalist at the US Open in 2016 and a semi-finalist at all 4 Grand Slams, the 30-year-old is not overly surprised at the number of upsets at the tournament.
That's all the news for this hour. Join us again at 4:30 for more of the very latest.